Hey guys, welcome again to the Maths Club. If you are just joining us, so welcome. We'll be looking at work past questions on simultaneous linear equations and word problems from 2014-2022 as our usual custom after treating the particular topic. So if you are just joining us with this particular video, I encourage you that you go to the previous video to this, which was talking about simultaneous linear equations, and really exhaust it. But before we proceed, I want to make a charge to everyone to always like the videos and share and comment. When you like a video, based on YouTube's algorithm, it increases the reach of the video. That means more people are able to see it. So if you found value in the things that we do, encourage us by liking our videos so that more people can see it. Let's get started. The first question is taken from June 2023 and is saying that Mr. Manu is 4 times as old as his son Adu. 7 years ago, the sum of their ages was 76 years. How old is Adu? I want you to pause the video and try it out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. So we know that today, if you look at today's age, we can represent Mr. Manu's age as M and Adu's age as A. So today, Mr. Manu is M years old and Adu is A years old. 7 years ago, that would be 7 years. So if today is M years old, that means 7 years, Mr. Manu is M minus 7 and Adu is A minus 7, right? It now says that the sum of their ages was 76 years. But remember, it says Mr. Manu is 4 times as old as his son. So we can come here and say from the first equation that we're going to get, we're told that M is equal to 4 times the age of A. So this is equation 1. And then 7 years ago, the sum of their ages was 76 years. So the 7 years ago will give us the second equation. So we know that the sum of their ages would be M minus 7 plus A minus 7. So I could put it inside brackets so that it doesn't just change anything. And it said that is equal to 76. So I can expand the bracket and say this is like M minus 7 plus A minus 7 is equal to 76. It's important I put inside brackets because if it was the difference, which is minus, you can see that the signs inside there will change by the time I open the bracket. So always try to put inside brackets so that you are not in any way defaulting. So let's create like terms. That will be M plus A minus 7 is minus 14 is equal to 76. And if I carry over the minus 14 to the other side, that will be M plus A is equal to 76 plus 14. And this will be M plus A is equal to 76 plus 14 is 90. So these are equation 2. So now we know our equation 1 to be M is equal to 4A and our equation 2 to be M plus A is equal to 90. So these are equation 2. The question is that we should find the age of Adu. So A is what we're trying to find. We know M is equal to 4A. I can substitute equation 1 in equation 2, right? So this would be 4A plus A is equal to 90. And 4A plus A is 5A is equal to 90. And if I divide both sides by 5, my A will stand alone. So my A is equal to 18 years. So that means that Adu is actually 18 years old. Let's see if we're correct. So that would be option C. Great. Next question says that if 2x minus 3y is equal to minus 11 and 3x plus 2y is equal to 3, we should evaluate y minus x all squared. I want you to pause the video and try it out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. So we're told that 2x minus 3y is equal to minus 11. This is equation 1. And then 3x plus 2y is equal to 3. These are equation 2. If I wanted to resolve this, I could maybe, like I said in that previous video, the coefficients of one of them have to be the same. So let me make the coefficients of x to be the same. So I'll multiply my equation 1 by the coefficient of x, which is 3. So that will be times 3. And I'll multiply my equation 2 with the coefficient of x from equation 1, which is 2. So times 2. So 2 times 3 will give me 6x. This will be minus 9y is equal to minus 11 times 3. That will give me minus 33. And then this will be 6x plus 4y is equal to 6 when I multiply this place by 2. So I could make this my equation 3 and I could make this my equation 4. So now I can easily take out one of these. I'm using the elimination method. So I could say equation 3 minus equation 4. So 6x minus 6x give me 0. Minus 9y minus open brackets 4y is equal to, so this will be minus 33 minus 6. Minus 9y minus 4y is equal to minus 33 minus 6 will give me minus 39. And then minus 9y minus 4y will give me minus 13y is equal to minus 39. So if I divide both sides by minus 13, what will my y be? My y will be equal to 3. So I have value for my y, which is one part. So the second part is that I want to find the value of x. So once I find the value of x, I could use any of all these equations, equation 1, 2, 3, 4, but I would like to choose the ones that are simple before I multiplied. So I could just maybe choose equation 1. So substituting y in equation 1, this would be 2x minus 3 open brackets 3 is equal to minus 11, and this is 2x minus 9 is equal to minus 11, and 2x is equal to minus 11 plus 9. So 2x will be equal to minus 11 plus 9 will give me minus 2. So if I divide both sides by 2, my x will be equal to minus 1. So I can say therefore y minus x all squared will now be equal to what? This will be 3 minus open brackets minus 1 close the brackets all squared. It's like saying 3 minus times minus will be plus, so plus 1 in bracket all squared. So this will be 4 squared, and this will give me 16. So at the end of the day, we're able to find the value for y and x, and then by the time we put it inside our equation that we're meant to evaluate, we found it to be 16. Let's see if we're correct. So these are options, and that will be option C. Great. Question 3 says that if 5x plus 3y is equal to 4 and 5x minus 3y is equal to 2, what is the value of 25x squared minus 9y squared? This take it from June 2022. I want you to pause the video and try it out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. When you see this question, don't always jump to solve it. If you notice that we had 5x plus 3y and we have 5x minus 3y, that is pointing to something that we discussed in the previous video, which is what? Difference of two squares. So let's see, we want to evaluate 25x squared minus 9y squared. 25 can be written as 5 squared x squared minus 9 can be written as 3 squared y squared. So you can see that it's actually a difference of two squared problem. So this is like saying, when we have this, we could say 25x squared minus 9y squared is same as saying 5x minus 3y and then 5x plus 3y, as we discussed in the previous video. So now we have what 5x minus 3y is, which is 2. So this is 2 times, and we have 5x plus 3y, we know it to be 4. So 2 times 4 is equal to 8. So our answer for this particular question is equal to 8. Simple and short. Let's see if we're correct. So that will be option D. Great. Number 4 says that Mary has $3 more than Ben, but $5 less than Jane. If Mary asks X dollars, how much does Jane and Ben have all together? I want you to pause the video and try this out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. So represent Mary's money as M, Ben's money as B, and Jane's money as J. So we're told that Mary has $3 more than Ben. So that would be B plus 3. These are equation 1. But $5 less than Jane. So Mary also has, so whatever Jane has, she has 5 less than. So these are equation 2. It now says if Mary has X dollars, how much does Jane and Ben have altogether? So instead of M here, I'm going to represent M as X and this M as X, because it said that Mary has X dollars. So if I write, this would be X is equal to B plus 3. This would be still our equation 1. And this would be like X is equal to J minus 5, which is still our equation 2. So I want to find how much do Jane and Ben have altogether. So look at something. If I add both equations, I didn't know they'll have what? B plus J in this place here, which is what I want. So I'll just say equation 1 plus equation 2. X plus X will give me 2x is equal to B plus J. This is what I want. So I'll say B plus J in brackets. Then plus 3 plus minus 5. That will be 3 minus 5, right? And 3 minus 5 is minus 2, right? So if I carry over the minus to the other side to make the B plus J, which is what I want, to stand alone, that will be B plus J is equal to 2x plus 2. And this is our answer. Or this should be our answer. So the way I solved it might not be the exact way that you solved it, but when I solve, just try and look at the thought pattern of what I did, right? And then try and see if you can learn something from it. But let's see if our answer is correct. So that would be option D. Number 5 says that two positive numbers are in the ratio 3 to 4. The sum of thrice the first number and twice the second number is 68. We should find the smaller number. I want you to pause the video and try this out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. So two positive numbers are ratio 3 and 4. So the first number, let's say the first number could be 3x. We've done this when we're talking about ratios and proportion and when we're dealing with fractions. And then the second number, let's say the second number is 4x, right? Because when we have a ratio 3 ratio 4, 9 ratio 12 is still 3 ratio 4, right? 6 ratio 8 is still 3 ratio 4. So it could be most likely when you say 3, it doesn't mean that the number is actually 3. The number is actually 3x, because x could be anything, because by the time you do the division, it could like trickle down to 3 ratio 4. And when you see 4, it's not just 4, it's 4x. It now says the sum of thrice the first number, so 3 times of 3x, so that would be 3 times 3x plus twice the second number, so that would be 2 times 4x is equal to 68. In other words, that we should find the smaller number. Great. So 3 times 3x is 9x plus 2 times 4x is 8x is equal to 68. So 9 plus 8 will give me 17. So 17x is equal to 68. And if I divide both sides by 17, this will cancel this. 17 here 1, 17 here 4. So our x is equal to 4. But the question says that we should find the smaller number, right? The smaller number is going to obviously be the 3x. So we can say therefore the smaller number will be equal to 3x, which is equal to 3 times 4, and that is 12. So 12 is our answer from this particular question. Let's see if we're correct. Great. Number 6 is that if 4x plus 2y is equal to 16 and 6x minus 2y is equal to 4, what is the value of y minus x? I want you to pause the video and try this out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. So we have our equations, which is 4x plus 2y is equal to 16 and 6x minus 2y is equal to 4. So these are equation 1 and these are equation 2. So this is plus 2y, this is minus 2y. So if we add both equations, this side will go. So equation 1 plus equation 2. 4x plus 6x will give me 10x. Plus 2y minus 2y will give me 0 is equal to 16 plus 4 is 20. So if I divide both sides by 10, my x is equal to 2. Right? So I'll just substitute the value of x in any of the equations. I could say equation 1. So this will be 4x, which is 4 open bracket 2, plus 2y is equal to 16. And 4 times 2 is 8. So 8 plus 2y is equal to 16. And 2y will now be equal to 16 minus 8 if I carry over like terms. So 2y will now be equal to 8. If I divide both sides by 2, our y will be equal to 4. So the question is that we should find y minus. We say therefore y minus x will now be equal to 4 minus what? Minus 2. So our answer here is 2. Let's see if we're correct. That will be option B. Great. Question 7 says that Mensa is 5 years old and Joyce is thrice as old as Mensa. In how many years would Joy be twice as old as Mensa? So I want you to pause the video and try this out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. So we know that Mensa is 5 years old. So M is equal to 5. I know that Joyce, J, is thrice as old as Mensa. So that would be 3M. So that means that is 3 times 5, which is 15. It now says, in how many years will Joyce be twice as old as Mensa? So we want number of years where J, so this is the present age, J plus how many years would now be 2 times as old as Mensa. But also Mensa's age will also have increased now. Right? I don't even understand what I'm saying. So in how many years? That is future. That is J plus X and M plus X, which is that future years. Right? We're now saying that in what year would J's age or Jane's age be twice that of Mensa? So we don't know the year, but we represented it as X, and then we now represented that twice with this equation here. So if I open it, that would be J plus X is equal to 2M plus 2X. Right? So if I take like terms, I could say, or maybe I should just substitute. So substituting, our J is 15, so that will be 15 plus X is equal to 2 times our M is 5 plus 2X, right? So that will be 15 plus X is equal to 10 plus 2X. So I could correct like terms and say 15 minus 10 is equal to 2x minus x. And 15 minus 10 is 5. 2x minus x is x. So therefore, Joy will be twice as old as Mensa in 5 years. Now let's look at it systematically. In 5 years, Mensa will be how old? Mensa will be 10 years old, and Joy would be 20 years old. So you can see that it actually matches, because in 5 years time, Joy will be twice as old as Mensa. So these are small ways that you can use to check if what you actually did was actually correct. So let's see if our answer is correct. So that would be 5 years. That would be option C. Question 8 says that 500 tickets were sold for a concert. Tickets for adults and children were sold at $4.5 and $3 respectively. If the total receipts for the concert was $1,987.5, how many tickets were sold for adults? I want you to pause the video and try this out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. So we're told that 500 tickets were sold, so that means total number T was 500. If 500 were sold and it is split into adults and children, so let's say X is for adults, that means adult tickets that were sold. And if total was 500 and it is split between adults and children, that means that 500 minus X would be the one that children would be the children tickets that were sold, right? Because total of them would give me 500. So the unit price of the adults, let's say that is A, was $4.5, and for the child that is what, $3, right? It now says that if the total receipts for the concert was $1,987.5, so that means that I could say that X, which is number of adult tickets that were sold, if I multiply it by 4.5, and then I had 500 minus X, which is the number that was sold for children, times the cost of the tickets, which is 3, I would have 1,987.5. This is what it's just saying. That by the time you multiply the unit price by the number of tickets that were sold for both of them, and then you add both of them together, you will have 1,987.5. Just like when you have, like, if you sell a pencil for 10 naira and then you sold 300 pencils, you want to find the amount of sales that you made. You say 300 times 10, right? And I'll give you 3,000. Same thing too. So that will be 4.5x plus 500 times 3, that will give me 15. 3 times x, that will give minus 3x, is equal to 1,987.5. So 4.5x minus 3, that will give me 1.5x, is equal to 1,987.5 minus 15. So this is 1.5x is equal to 487.5. And if I divide both sides by 1.5, what would my x give me? This give me 325, right? The question is that how many tickets for adults were sold? Oh, so, and that is our value for x. So we already know that our x, which is, I could say, therefore, the tickets sold for adults was 325. So this is how we actually do it. Just try to break it down, right? If 500 tickets were sold in total and x with total number of tickets sold for adults, that means 500 minus x was the amount of tickets sold to children, and then we just use that information to find our x. Let's see if we're correct. So that should be option A. Great. Number 9 says that a man will be x plus 10 years old in 8 years time. If 2 years ago it was 63 years, find the value of x. I want you to pause the video and try this out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. So they said in 8 years time it will be x plus 10. So that means today it will be x plus 10 minus 8, because they've carried us to the future. Let's come back. So today is what? X plus 2 years. Now says that if 2 years ago it was 63, so 2 years ago from now, that will be x plus 2 minus 2. So that will be basically x, right? So that means 2 years ago is x. So that says it was 63. So that means x is equal to 63, right? And now says that find the value of x. We already found the value of x. X is equal to 63. So you just by reading through the question and following through, We found our value for x. Our x is 63. But if they told us that what was the age today, we have to come to this place today. That would be 63 plus 2, which is 65. But they told us to find x, and our x is 63. So let's see if we're correct. That should be option B. Great. Next question says that the present ages of a man and his son are 47 years and 17 years respectively. In how many years would the man's age be twice that of his son? I want you to pause the video and try this out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. So present age today, M is 47 and then the son S is 17. Now says how many years would the man's age be twice that of his son? So we don't know the number, so we just say M plus X years. Would that be twice of S plus X? Because the son will have increased by X ages and the man will have increased by S ages. This is similar to one of the questions that was solved previously. So let's substitute. That will be 47 plus X is equal to 2 open brackets 17 plus X, and this will be 47 plus X is equal to 2 times 17 is 34 plus 2 times X is 2X. So let's take like terms. That will be 47 minus 34 is equal to 2x minus x. 47 minus 34 will give me 13, and 2x minus x will give me x. So therefore, that will be in 13 years. Simple and short. Let's see if our answer is correct. Great, in 13 years. Question 11 says that we should solve 3x minus 2y is equal to 10 and x plus 3y is equal to 7 simultaneously. That means basically we should find what x and y is. I want you to pause the video and try this out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. So we're given 3x minus 2y is equal to 10, which is equation 1, and then x plus 3y is equal to 7, which is equation 2. I'm going to use substitution method here. So from equation 2, I could say my x is equal to 7 minus 3y, and this is my equation 3. Now substitute my equation 3 into the equation I did not touch at all, which is equation 1. So this will be 3 open brackets 7 minus 3y minus 2y is equal to 10. 3 times 7 is 21 minus 3 times 3 is 9 minus 2y is equal to 10. So 21 minus 9y minus 2y will give me minus 11y is equal to 10. So if I collect like terms, that will be minus 11y is equal to 10 minus 21. So minus 11y will be equal to minus 11, yeah? And if I divide both sides by minus 11, my y will be equal to 1. Also, too, I can substitute y in equation 3. That will be x will be equal to 7 minus 3 open brackets 1. And this will be 7 minus 3, which is equal to 4. So you could say, therefore, our x is equal to 4, then our y is equal to 1. So these are our answers to this particular question. Let's see if we're correct. X is 4, y is 1. That will be option D. So you have to be very careful about the option that you pick. Say option C and option D. They're almost very similar, but they swap the positions. Number 12 says that a pack of 5 discs costs $80. The retail price for one disc is $18.5. If a group of 5 persons paid for one pack, find the amount saved by each person. I want you to pause the video and try this out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. So we're told that a pack of 5 discs costs $80, right? But the retail price for one is $18.5. So if this group of 5 actually paid for 1, let's say how much it will have been. That will be 18.5 times 5. That will give you 92.5. So the total cost should have been 92.5, but they bought the pack of 5, which costs $80. So if I subtract $80 from this, that will give me $12.5. Right, this is the amount that all of them saved. And also, that we find the amount saved by each person. So each person will just be 12.5 divided by 5. If you divide 12.5 by 5, that will give you $2.5. So each person saved $2.5. So that's basically the question. It's just about understanding what is really happening. Let's see if we are correct. Great. Number 13 says that the sum of the present ages of Sese and Musa is 100 years. 5 years ago, Musa's age was 2 times Sese's age. Find the present ages. I want you to pause the video and try this out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. So presently, so let's say today, S plus M is 100 years ago. 5 years ago, So let's say 5 years ago. Musa's age, that would be M minus 5, was 2 times Ceci's age, that would be S minus 5. And that says that we should find present ages. So we want to find what S is and what M is. So let's open this bracket first and say M minus 5 is equal to 2S minus 10. These are equation 1. Let me carry this over. So that would be M minus 2S is equal to minus 10 plus 5. And that would be M minus 2S is equal to minus 5, right? So this is like our equation 2. But let me make the equation 2 like the equation 1 that we have here, where S is coming first. That would be minus 2S plus M is equal to minus 5. It's just the same thing, those rearranged. So let's carry over the two equations. That would be S plus M is equal to 100, and then minus 2S plus M is equal to minus 5. So these are equation 1, these are equation 2. So we have M, the same coefficient. I will say equation 1 minus 2, S minus 2S, that will give me 3S. 100 minus minus 5, that will give me 105. So if I divide this place by 3, this will give me my S to be what? 35. So if I know what my S is, I can find what my M is from here. So substituting S in equation 1, that will be 35 plus M is equal to 100. So that will be M will now be equal to 100 minus 35. So I could say, therefore, my M is equal to 65. So therefore, Musa's age is 65 years and Ceci's age is 35 years. So that's basically it about the question. Let's see if we're correct. Yeah, so Musa is 65 and Ceci is 35 years old. Next question says that if 3p is equal to 4q and 9p is equal to 8q minus 12, find the value of pq. I want you to pause the video and try this out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. Remember, the way I solve this might not be the same way that you solve it, but we must arrive at the same conclusion and we must have a series of steps that we're following. So our 3p is equal to 4q, right? And then we're told that 9p is equal to 8q minus 12. So if I multiply this one by 3, that means my 9p would be equal to 12q, right? So if I make this my equation 2, if this was my equation 1, I multiplied my equation 1 by 3, I had 9p is equal to 12q. So the second equation that they gave us was 9p is equal to 8q minus 12. Ideally, this should have been my equation 2. So this should have been my equation 3. I got it a bit messed up, but that's fine. Now from this equation 1, we established that 9p is equal to 12q by multiplying it by 3. And then this 9p, this 9p. So of course, their values are the same. So I could say substituting equation 3 in 2. Remember I said that you might solve it in a different way. That is fine. So wherever I say 9p, I'll put 12q. So that will be 12q is equal to 8q minus 12. So 12q minus 8q will be equal to minus 12. And 4q will be equal to minus 12. If I divide both sides by 4, my q will be equal to minus 3. Right? So if I know that my q is equal to minus 3, I can substitute the value of q in equation 1 and find what p is. So that will be 3p will be equal to 4 times minus 3. And I can divide both sides by 3. 3 will cancel 3, 3 will cancel 3. So that means my p is equal to minus 4. So therefore, pq is just minus 4 times minus 3. And that will give me 12. So my answer for pq is 12. If you got the same thing, well done to you. Let's see if we are both correct. That will be option A. Great. Question 15 says that 2 tanks A and B are filled to capacity with diesel. Tank A holds 600 liters diesel more than tank B. If 100 liters of diesel was pumped out of each tank, tank A would contain 3 times as much as tank B. Find the capacity of each tank. I want you to pause the video and try this out yourself. Forget about all the big words, break it down into small bits and you find your answer. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. So tank A holds 600 liters more than tank B. So that is B plus 600. This is our equation 1. If 100 liters of diesel was pumped out of each, so that would be A minus 100, Abi, and B minus 100, right? Tank A would contain 3 times as much as tank B. So this would be A minus 100 would be 3 times as much as tank B, which is B minus 100. And that would be equation 2. We're now told to find capacity of each tank. That is, find A and B. Great. So let me reorder this my equation 2. So that would be A minus 100 will be equal to 3B minus 300. Right? So let me collect like terms. That would be A minus 3B will be equal to minus 300 plus 100. And that would be A minus 3B is equal to minus 200. So this is our equation 2. We're told from equation 1 that A is equal to B plus 600. So I could just substitute equation 1 in this my equation 2 that I have. So wherever I see A, I'll put B plus 600. That will be B plus 600 minus 3B is equal to minus 200. So if I collect like terms, that will be B minus 3B is equal to minus 200 minus 600, right? B minus 3B will give me minus 2B. Minus 200 minus 600 will give me minus 800. And if I divide both sides by minus 2, this will cancel this. Minus will cancel minus 2 here, 400. So B is equal to 400 liters, right? And then if I substitute the value of B in equation 1 to find the value of A, I think that will be good. So that will be A will be equal to 400 plus 600, and that will be equal to 1000 liters. So we know that the capacity of A is 1000 liters and the capacity of B is 400 liters. Let's see if we're correct. So tank A is 1000 liters and tank B is 400 liters in capacity. Question 6 says that if y plus 2x is equal to 4 and y minus 3x is equal to minus 1, find the value of x plus y. I want you to pause the video and try this out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. So we're told that y plus 2x is equal to 4. This is our equation 1. And y minus 3x is equal to minus 1. This is our equation 2. So this is very simple. I could just say equation 1 minus 2 because this is y and this is y. Y minus y will give me 0. Plus 2x minus 3x. That will give me 5x is equal to 4 minus 1. This will give me 5. So our x is equal to 1. And I can substitute the value of x in any of the equations. Let me just say equation 1. So that will be y plus 2 open brackets 1 is equal to 4. That will be y plus 2 is equal to 4. Y will be equal to 4 minus 2. And my y will be equal to 2. So therefore, we could say x plus y will just be equal to 1 plus 2. And that's equal to 3. Let's see if we're correct. That will be option A. Great. So I said the answer is 3. So that should be option A. Question 17 says that two lines 3y minus 2x is equal to 21 and 4y plus 5x is equal to 5. They intersect at the point Q. Find the coordinates of Q. If you remember from the previous video that we did, when we did the graphical method, where they intersect is actually the solution of the equation. So what I'm telling you to find here is find x and y, really. If this is strange to you, I want you to watch that previous video to this. We actually did the graphical method. See that I've not solved any one graphical method because it's actually very stressful. So I want you to pause the video and try this out yourself. Welcome back. Let's continue. So we're told that 3y minus 2x is equal to 21 and 4y plus 5x is equal to 5. These are equation 1. These are equation 2. They have two different coefficients. So let me just use the elimination method. So let me eliminate y. So I'll multiply equation 1 by 4 and equation 2 by 3. That will be 12y minus 8x is equal to 84. And this will be 12y plus 15x is equal to 15. This will be my equation 3. And this will be my equation 4. So equation 3 minus equation 4. 12y minus 12y is 0. Minus 8x minus 15x. That will give me minus 23x is equal to 84 minus 15. This will give me 69. So if I divide both sides by minus 23 to make the x stand alone, so this will cancel this. Our x will be equal to minus 3. So if I substitute the x in any of the equations, I'll choose the easiest equation. Maybe say equation 1. This will be 3y minus 2 open brackets minus 3 is equal to 21. So 3y plus 6 is equal to 21. 3y is equal to 21 minus 6. 3y is equal to 15. If I divide both sides by 3, y will be equal to 5. So therefore, our point Q is just minus 3, 5. Minus 3 standing for the x and 5 standing for the y. Another way that you always ensure that you check your answer that is correct. So you can put x as minus 3 and y as 5 in the two equations, and if you get 21 and 5, then your answer is correct. Let's see if we're correct. So the x is minus 3 and then the y is 5. So it says that given that 2x plus y is equal to 7 and 3x minus 2y is equal to 3, by how much is 7x greater than 10? I want you to pause the video and try this out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. We're told that 2x plus y is equal to 7. This will be equation 1. And 3x minus 2y is equal to 3. This will be equation 2. First things first that we want to do is we want to find what x is, or maybe y or something. So let's do y. Y is simpler. This is 2. This is 1. So I could multiply this equation 1 by 2 and equation 2 by 1. Right, that will be 4x plus 2y is equal to 14. This will be equation 3, and then 3x minus 2y is equal to 3. This will be equation 4. So I could just say equation 3 plus equation 4, because 2x plus minus 2y will give me 0. 4x plus 3x is 7x. 14 plus 3 is 17. It now says how much is 7x greater than 10? Of course, 7x is 17, right, and 10 is 10. So therefore, it is how many? It is 7 more than 10. I don't know if you understand the drift here. So that's basically what they're telling us to do. Let's see if our answer is correct. So that would be C. Great. Now my answer says that Alima is n years old. Her brother's age is 5 years more than half of her age. How old is her brother? I want you to pause the video and try this out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve this question from June 2016 together. So Alima is n years old. Our brother, let's say B, is 5 years more than half of her age. That will be n over 2 plus 5. How old is our brother? Our brother is n over 2 plus 5. Simple and short. Let's see if our answer is correct. That will be option D. Great. Number 20 says that a transport company has a total of 20 vehicles made up of tricycles and taxi cab. A tricycle carries 2 passengers, while each cab carries 4 passengers. If the 20 vehicles carry a total of 6 passengers at a time, how many tricycles does the company have? I want you to pause the video and try this out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. So if you know that the total number of vehicles is 20, and then if we say tricycles, the number of tricycles that we have is x, that means the number of cabs that we have would be 20 minus x by effect. When I told that each tricycle carries 2 passengers, so the number of passengers that we carried will be 2 times how many tricycles do we have? We have x tricycles, so the total number of people that the tricycle carried, plus each taxi cab carried 4 passengers, so 4 at each go, right? A cab can take 4 people, so that will be 20 minus. This will give us the total number of people that were carried by the cab. When I say that if the 20 vehicles carry the total of 6 passengers, so by the time you add both of them, that will give you 66. It now says that how many tricycles does the company have? That means that we should basically just find what x is. Now let's open up the bracket. That will be 2x plus 4 times 20 is 80 minus 4 times x will be 4x is equal to 66. 2x minus 4x, that will give you minus 2x is equal to 66. Let me take this to the rest. That will be minus 80. Minus 2x will be equal to minus 14, right? And if I divide both sides by minus 2, our x is basically 7. So that means that the company has 7 tricycles. I hope you understood the dynamics of what happened there. If there are 20 vehicles in total and there are x tricycles, that means there are 20 minus x cabs. And if we take the number of passengers of the tricycles and the number of passengers of the cabs, is to give us 66. And that's how we're able to find the total number of tricycles, which is x as 7. Let's see if our answer is correct. 7 tricycles. Next question says that 10 boys and 12 girls created donations for a project. Total amounts collected by the boys was 600 greater than that collected by the girls. If the average collection of the boys was 100 naira greater than the average collections of the girls, how much was collected by the two groups? I want you to pause the video and try this out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve this together. So they said the amount collected by the boys B was 600 greater than the amount collected by the girls. That would be G plus 600. The average collections of the boys, so that would be this B, or let's say average collection of the boys, that would be B all over. How many boys do we have? 10. This can be seen as saying G plus 600 all over 10 is 100 greater than the average collection of the girls. That would be, by the time you take the G over 12, which is the average collection of the girls, it was 100 naira more. It now says how much is collected by the two groups. So we can just really just simplify this. This is like saying G plus 600 all over 10 is equal to all over 12. 12 and 12 is 1, so that would be G plus 12 in 1 is 12 times 100, that would be 1200, right? And if I cross multiply, this will give me 12G plus 7200 is equal to 10G plus 12000. So this 12G minus 10G is equal to 12,000 minus 7,200. So this 2G is equal to, by the time you do this, 12,000 minus 7,200, that will give you what? 4,800. So our G is 2,400. So that means the girls collected 2,400. So if you know what the girls collected, we can easily find what the boys collected. So substituting G, so this is equation 1 actually. In equation 1, so this would be B is equal to 2,400 plus 600, and that will give you 3,000 naira. So the boys collected 3,000 naira and the girls collected 2,400, and that is because of the explanation that we had here. Let's see if our answer is correct. Okay, so it says how much is collected by the two groups. So that means that we need to add. So we now say B plus G will be 3,000 plus 2,400, and that is what? 5,400. Great. And that tallies what we have here. This one says that Tom will be 25 years old in n years time. If he's 5 years younger than Buddy, find Buddy's present age. I want you to pause the video and try this out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. This Tom will be 25 years old in n years time. So the present age of Tom will be 25 minus n years. It says if he is currently 5 years younger than Buddy, right? So Tom is 5 years younger than Buddy, so that will be Buddy minus 5. So and this Tom age is 25 minus n, Abby. So this will be B minus 5. So to find Buddy's age, that will be B will now be equal to 25 minus n plus 5. 25 plus 5 is 30, that will be 30 minus n. So Buddy's age is actually 30 minus n. It's just very simple because it said Tom will be 25 years in n years time. So to find the present age, that means we have to subtract it from n. And then based on what the question is giving us, we found what Buddy's age was, which is 30 minus n years. Let's see if our answer is correct. So that should be option A. Great. 23 says that a box contains 13 currency notes, all of which are either 50 naira or 20 naira notes. The total value of the currency notes is 530. Find how much 50 naira notes are in the box. This is similar to all the things that we've been doing. Pause the video and try it out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. So the number of 50 naira notes, let's say it is X. The number of 20 naira notes will now be 13 minus X. And it says that the top value of the currency notes is 530. So that will be X times 50 plus 13 minus X times 20. By the time you add all of them together, that will give you 530. So this will be 50X plus 13 times 20, that will give you 260 minus 20X is equal to 530. 50 minus 20 will give me 30X. And if I take 2 to the other side, that will be 530 minus 260. So 30X would give me 270. And by the time I divide it by 30, This will cancel this will cancel this will be 9. So my x is equal to 9. And then the x is really the number of 15 naira notes. So that means that there are 9 15 naira notes in the box. Let's see if our answer is correct. That should be option D. Great. Question 4 says that we should solve the simultaneous equation 1 over x plus 1 over y is equal to 5. 1 over y minus 1 over x is equal to 1. I want you to pause the video and try this out yourself. Welcome back. Let's solve it together. So for the first equation, this is like my equation 1 and this is like my equation 2. From equation 1, I'll just say xy. This will give me y plus x equal to 5. So by the time I cross multiply, y plus x will be equal to 5xy. So let's say this is my equation 3. And then for this one, I could say xy. This will give me x minus y is equal to 1, right? And that will be like saying x minus y is equal to xy. We have these two equations. So we have y plus x is equal to 5xy. Let me just rearrange this one so that totally that will be minus y plus x is equal to xy. So these are equation 3, no, equation 5 and equation 6. Basically equation 3 and 4. I just read it, but that's fine. So now let's add. Let's just add. So equation 5 plus 6. Y plus minus 5y, that will go. X plus x, that will give me 2x. And then 5xy plus xy, that will give me 6xy. So if I divide both sides by 2x, this will cancel this. This will cancel this. 2 will cancel this. This will be 3. So 1 will be equal to 3y, Abi. And if I divide both sides by 3, that means my y would be equal to 1 over 3. And from here, I can find what x is. Let me for one simple equation to find x. So substitute y in equation 4, right? So that will be x minus 1 over 3 is equal to x times 1 over 3. So this will be x minus 1 over 3 is equal to x over 3. So let's collect like terms and say minus 1 over 3 is equal to x over 3 minus x. So the LCM here is 3. 3 in 3 is 1 times x. That will be x minus 3 in 1 is 3 times x. That will be 3x. And this is equal to minus 1 over 3. So if I cross multiply, that will be minus 1 times 3 is equal to 3 open brackets x minus 3x. Minus 3 will now be equal to 3x minus 9x. And then minus 3 will be equal to minus 6x. And if I want to find x, I'll just divide both sides by minus 6. So this will cancel this. This will be 1 over 2. This will cancel this. Our x will now be equal to 1 over 2. So therefore, our x is equal to 1 over 2. And then our y is 1 over 3. So our y is 1 over 3. So this is solution to this particular question. Let's see if we're correct. Great. So our x is 1 over 2 and then our y is 1 over 3. With this, we have come to the end of the WAEC questions on simultaneous equations and word problem. If you have any question or if you have any correction or suggestion or anything that you think can improve the channel or can clear understanding this particular video, leave it in the comment section. And if you have not liked this video, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. You can also press the notification bell so that every time I post anything, you would always be the first to know. See you guys in the next video.